Hello, Dentistry Team listeners. This is Kira, and happy 4th of July. You all know that have been listening for a while know how much I love holidays, and I am so grateful to live in America. I truly feel so blessed to live in a country where me, especially as a woman, is able to have a business and to be able to serve and to be able to live the way I do. And I understand that there are politics and different things that maybe aren't right per se, but I think overall, I am just so grateful to live in a country that allows me to live and be the person that I want to be. So happy 4th of July to all of you. And today I thought I'd get on with actually a super fun podcast for you. So this is coming from dentistmidtownatlanta.com. So I've got to give credit because this is not me. Shout out to these doctors. And I hope that they are a listening dentist listener, because if you are, reach out. Mad kudos to you. Literally pulled up. I was like, what am I going to do that would be fun for you guys? That would just make today as a 4th of July a good time. And so what they have is they actually wrote back fun dental facts for the 4th of July. Like I said, I cannot take any credit of this because I'm literally reading it off of a website. So this is not Kira Dent. This is not Dentistry Team, but I did think it'd be a good time for you guys to hear some amazing 4th of July holiday festival things that are dental specific. So number one, from 1768 to 1770, the infamous Paul Revere, he went into local newspapers offering his services as a dentist. I had no clue that Paul Revere was a dentist. A few years later, Revere verifies the death of his friend by identifying a bridge he constructed for him. This was the first known case of post-mortem dental forensics. I had no idea, but that was 1768 to 1770. In 1789, a Frenchman by the name of Nicolas Dubois received the first patent for porcelain teeth. I had no clue. It was 1700s. And you guys, I think it would be really fun as a team if you guys want when you get back into the office, because I'm sure today you're celebrating, but kind of play some of these and ask people what year these things were done. I think it could be a fun dental one. Like I said, today's podcast, I hope, is just more of an enjoyable one. Of course, I'll add something tactical to the end for you, but for now, sit back and enjoy these 4th of July dental random pieces. So on the 4th of July in 1790, an American dentist, Jose Flagg, constructed the first chair made for a dental patient, complete with the adjustable headrest and arm extension to hold the dental instruments. In 1825, porcelain teeth began to be manufactured commercially. I did not realize 1825. That's pretty ancient. In 1832, the first luxury reclining dental chair was invented by, guess? Do you guys know? James Snell. In 1833 to 1850, on the 4th of July, two brothers from France, the Croqueurs, introduced amalgam filling material for cavities to the United States. So welcome. Thanks to them, in 1833 is where amalgam came in. In 1846, on the 4th of July, a dentist named William Morton conducted the first successful public demonstration of the use of anesthesia for surgery. I can't imagine dentistry without anesthesia and those poor people who had to go through it before that. So thank you, 4th of July. These ones are going back. These are some interesting dental facts of that. So again, maybe not necessarily per se on the 4th of July, but just some fun dental facts for you. But that's when anesthesia came in. In 1859, the American Dental Association was formed by 26 dentists that met at Niagara Falls. In 1866, the first woman to earn a dental degree. The first woman to earn a dental degree was Lucy Beeman Hobbs. She graduated in 1866. 1871, the first patent for the electrical dental engine, self-contained motor and handpiece was given to George F. Green. In 1890, after a dentist, Willoughby Miller, wrote a book on microorganisms of the mouth, it sparked the interest of the oral hygiene and started a movement to promote regular brushing and flossing worldwide. So you guys can thank that marketing model from 1890. 1895, the first dental x-rays of a living person was taken in the U.S. by a prominent dentist in New Orleans, C. Edmund Kells. Then in 1917, the first dental hygiene license was received in Connecticut by, do you know it? Irene Newman. In 1937, the first dental screw implant was placed. I had no idea that implants came from 1937. That's insanity to me. 1938, the first toothbrush made with synthetic bristles, nylon, appeared on the market for purchase. 1945, cities in New York and Michigan began water fluoridation by adding sodium fluoride to their public water systems. In 1950, the first toothpaste containing fluoride was placed on the market. 1960, lasers were developed, produced, and approved for the soft tissue work, such as when treating periodontal disease. And in 1990, new restorative materials were introduced, beginning an era of cosmetic aesthetic dentistry, and these were used for crowns, veneers, etc. So just a fun time of dating back to when our country was founded. is something fun because our country was founded back in 1776. So just kind of doing a quick little run through of dental history for you guys on the 4th of July. But what I think is so interesting that I kind of wanted to bring to the table today for you on the 4th of July is just thinking about how evolved dentistry has become since our country was founded back in 1776. And to think of all the pioneers of dentistry who came before us, who paved the way for those who are making different strides. And I think even in today's world, I think about Brian Harris, who was on the podcast, and Kyle Stanley, and some of these other, I would say, pioneers of dentistry in today's world where they're thinking differently. They're looking for it. Think of all the softwares that we use right now. Think of all the founders, people who wanted to make the dental experience better. And I would ask you a question today as you are thinking about the since our country was founded, the dental kind of highlights. What are you doing to be a pioneer, if you will, in your practice? Is it that you are giving exceptional patient care? Is it that you are having a team where people just love to work for you? Is it a place where you are working to grow to be multi-practices to serve more patients? What are you doing? Because each of us has our own special, unique ways. And I think about the founding fathers of the United States. I think about a lot of these pioneers in dentistry, and without them believing in themselves when probably they didn't believe in themselves, I'm sure there were a few who thought that they were very above and beyond. But we wouldn't be where we are today without the founding fathers finding America and founding this land and the place that a lot of us get to work. I know we have quite a few listeners from other parts of the world, and I'm cheering you on the day that your country was celebrated as well, and formed. But thinking about these pioneers, thinking about the people that brought things to the table, and how are you being that with your team in your practice as a team member, as a dentist, as an owner? What are you doing? I think of so many hygienists and they do things differently. I think about my team and how they bring so many ideas to the table. And so many of the things that we're currently doing in the company are due to the team coming up with these innovative ideas. And I just think about, as we reflect on the freedoms that we get to enjoy, we also have an opportunity, in my opinion, a moral obligation to make sure that we're leaving a legacy in the way that we can. How are we able to make it better for the next people that come? How are we able to do that in our everyday? How are we able to make our team members' lives easier? How are we able to set up patients for generational success with their healthcare and their dental treatment care? How are hygienists able to educate and train these patients? How are we able to create an experience for these patients that's changing? I mean, hearing that anesthesia came into place, I can't even imagine having that. And yet to think that somebody had an idea, thinking about dental x-rays, thinking about digital x-rays, thinking about now with Pearl and Overjet with AI coming into place for reading x-rays, thinking about all these different advancements, it came because people were willing to believe in themselves and to try and to go and to execute on something, even when it might have felt scary. And so for you, kudos to you for taking the leaps, for doctors who have opened their own practices, for associates who have taken the leap to be these doctors. I know it takes a lot of work to go through it. For office managers who have grown and evolved, for dental assistants who maybe were never assistants before, for hygienists going through school to become these incredible hygienists and clinicians to educate our patients, for our front office team members who learn and to train and to grow and to listen to the podcast and to become the best person with customer service in a world where I think customer service might be dying off. How can you in your practice be a pioneer in dentistry, patient experience, team experience in today's world? And what things can you bring to the table to make the world of dentistry an even better place? I think back to when I started the podcast. There was no podcast for team out there. And I realized this is a zone that I can give back, that I can change and serve so many people's lives. I'm one of the youngest people to ever build a consulting company. And I did it because I wanted to do something different and to give you guys the resources and the tools and to change your life to where it doesn't have to be hard. It can be easy if you're willing to implement the ideas our consultants give you. The reality is, that's where it came from, but it's an idea that sparked. And you don't have to do it in these grandiose ways. You don't have to be the inventor of something. You don't have to start a business. You don't have to do a podcast. You can literally do it on the phone call. You can literally do it with your patient care. You can have perfect handoffs so that patient experience is amazing. You can be the best hygienist that teaches your other hygienists in your office or other colleagues around you of how to give better patient care, of how to do a cleaning more effectively. You can be a doctor who shares their knowledge online or inspires other people to do cosmetic dentistry or to do full mouth or to tell where you're getting your CE so other people can have it. You can share podcasts with other people to inspire them. But just think of how many opportunities we have to really, with the magnitude of technology right now, radically grow and change and evolve the course of dentistry And it happens from very simple people who didn't think that they were making great strides. You look back at all those people and you know what? They're not the founding fathers. They're not people that we hear all the time, but they made a huge impact for us and our career and what we're doing today. And so just really wanting you guys to maybe as a team, you can think about this, have fun with the little dental trivia. I thought that was really entertaining and wanted to share with you. But really just think about how can we make an experience to change the way dentistry is perceived within our communities, within our teams, within our workspace, within the world of dentistry around us. And how can we be somebody who sets that example? What can we do to share? If you guys have a resource or you know something, email it in to me. hello@thedentalateam.com. I want to hear the people you're using. Like today, I just heard about an incredible photography class and we're sharing great people with you, but equally share, give back, because I think when, like they say, tides rise all boats. And so how can we, like, it doesn't matter which boat it is, like the tide is rising all of them. And how can we all collectively rise and grow dentistry? Thank goodness to those founders. Thank goodness to all those people who worked hard within dentistry to give us what we have today. And I would say take that into your own practice, but you only need to make the ripple effect within your own community, which will expand heavily, give back to your communities, give back to your teams. And I hope you go enjoy the most magical 4th of July. No matter what country you're in, you get to celebrate the 4th of July too. But truly, I feel so blessed to live in a world and a country where I'm able to have the freedoms, to be able to make an impact, to be able to give to you guys and serve you and share with you as much as I can, and to be able to learn from you as well. And that's such a blessing and a gift. And I'm so grateful for that red, white, and blue and for the opportunity to be here. So happy birthday, America. Happy birthday to the founding fathers who made this country what it is, and truly look to see how you can be an influencer within your own space to be one of those people that impacted in your own way. And I can't wait to hear what it's about. So be sure to email me hello@thedentalateam.com. If we can help you and your team in any way, please be sure to reach out. I'm here for you. It does not have to be hard, and we can truly make an impact in the easiest way possible. And with that, go enjoy your holiday, and thanks for listening. I'll catch you next time on the Dental A Team podcast.